Oh my god.
What the?
Wait, check.
I have it in my
Whoa.
What the fuck? In the tree there's like a tree. I don't know what it is though. Okay.
I saw it up there, and it was like they were sitting over here. They were like joking around, and I said I saw something all around.
Dead Appalachia explores the darker legends of the Appalachian region, including haunted forests, cryptids, and places connected to occult stories. For this investigation, the group camps overnight at North Carolina's Devil's Tramping Ground, a circular clearing said to be connected to the devil himself. The team introduces the location as an area associated with spatial anomalies, demonic activity, and even stories of a portal to hell. Local legend claims the devil walks around the clearing at night while planning his next evil act.
But first, what exactly is the Devil's Trampling Ground?
It's essentially a 40-foot diameter circle in the corner of a farm's property, owned by a lady known as Tamara Owens. A circle where supposedly nothing grows, and even the grass in the circle is perpetually wiry, dry, and dead. All the vegetation around the circle is just all fine and dandy, but not in the circle. Even animals stay clear of it, refusing to come anywhere close to the Devil's Trampling Grounds. Yeah, this sounds like the start of a supernatural episode. The core legend says that it is the devil himself to blame for this dead, dilapidated circle. That occasionally, at nighttime, he arrives on the farm and paces in the same area in a circle, over and over and over, as he plots ways to sow misery, pain, and anguish upon humanity. And
Objects placed inside the circle are also said to be moved or thrown away before morning. The group intends to test that story by camping directly beside it.
folks say that if you leave an item within the center of the circle and leave overnight, come morning it will have vanished. And
before darkness arrives, they discuss other legends connected to the surrounding forest. These include reports of hellhounds and unusual energy beneath the ground.
There's a cryptid around here that's known as the Black Beast that I mentioned in the intro. And yeah, they say that it's kind of like a werewolf-like creature, and it can turn invisible and be visible as it chooses, and a strange mist-like material wafts away from it. And at first I was thinking, you know, maybe these people were just drunk, but then this gentleman right here pointed something out. They say that the devil and his demons lurk around these woods and on these grounds.
The area contains limestone and quartz, which the investigators believe may contribute to the paranormal activity reported there. Later, the group retreats into the tent as rain begins falling. Almost immediately, they hear movement outside.
We keep hearing noises walking around the tent. We don't know if it's those fellers. We keep having to go back out, check it out. We got the blicky in case they try to fuck around and find out.
We have the mouse tools.
Yeah, but yeah, we're in here. I have never been dirtier and moistier and slimier in my entire life. I feel like a fucking slug, dude. Anyone else feel like a slug?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's my job.
Yeah.
Go Army.
My bath water tonight's gonna be brown.
Ava's seen like where I've like FaceTimed her, like because I live in Georgia. She's seen where I get out the field sometimes, and it's like literally black water. It's black.
The sounds resemble someone walking around the shelter. They wonder whether two men they encountered earlier have returned to frighten them, but nobody answers when they call out. The footsteps continue. One investigator also believes he sees a shadow outside the tent.
Something up around there. It looked like there was like something just like floating there.
Floating?
Yeah, it looked like there was like something floating there, and you could see the outline of it outside of the tent.
The others listen carefully, but the movement stops before they can confirm whether anyone is actually there. When they step outside, they discover that two cans placed upright inside the circle are gone.
Think of where the cans were. Where were they? If we can. Somewhere. I swear to God, I put the camera somewhere around, I mean the fucking bottles, cans, somewhere around here. And now where are they? All right, oh, here's one. Here's one right here.
No, I don't know. I think that one was over there.
It was,
these were on the cooler.
No. So I took that one and I took that Dr. Pepper can and I put them.
After searching, they find them much farther away. The cans have not merely fallen over. They appear to have been moved from the center of the clearing to another location. The investigators begin a communication session. When they ask whether a demonic presence is there, the equipment appears to answer yes. A later response identifies the entity as a lesser demon, although the group cannot confirm whether the result is meaningful.
Are you a demon, or are you Satan, or anything from the depths of hell?
One.
One of them?
Is it Satan himself?
Are you a lesser demon?
Yes.
Okay, well, which one was that for?
Are you a lesser demon?
Woman.
Succubus?
Well, there is a woman speaking.
Yeah. Yeah.
More footsteps are heard beyond the clearing. The group repeatedly looks into the forest but sees nobody approaching. Their equipment continues producing responses while the sounds move around them. They ask whether the clearing was once used for crossroads deals. The responses appear to suggest that people may have made bargains there and later been pursued by a hellhound.
Is this a crossroads? Were crossroads deals made here?
It did. Me.
So they were victims of like crossroads deals.
Yeah.
And the hound chased them down. Is that right?
Tonight.
Is there going to be a crossroads deal here tonight?
You.
It was saying your name earlier a lot.
Yeah.
It really wants.
It wants your soul, dude.
It said it wants you to shake his hand.
What deal?
Wade was the one saying he was gonna sleep in the whole circle.
You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did say that.
Oh.
Spooky.
You're not doing that anymore.
Well, we got some lore though. That's cool.
By the end of the night, the investigators are still uncertain what caused the activity. They captured footsteps, equipment responses, and objects apparently moving from the clearing. None of it proves the legend, but it gives them enough reason to believe something, or someone, was present outside the tent. Rambling On follows a solo camper who combines relaxed woodland trips with humor and small outdoor challenges. For this night, he camps alone in a quiet forest and decides to watch the horror film The Ritual, a story about people being stalked by a creature in the Scandinavian wilderness. After searching the woodland, he chooses a small clearing for his tent. The ground is soft and uneven, but the open space should provide enough breeze to reduce the number of insects around camp. He finishes pitching the shelter and begins settling in.
Back to the original location. Yeah, I think this little spot here, if I clear a few of the brambles away, it should do me for tonight. And as you can see, there's not much around it, so I should get a nice little breeze coming through.
While preparing tea, he suddenly hears voices. There are no marked trails nearby, although a distant quarry is still operating.
I can hear voices. And I'm not near any trails. I know we can hear the quarry. I just have to be vigilant. Not that it doesn't bother me, like if someone sees me here, I'm not doing anything wrong, so.
He cannot tell whether the voices belong to workers or people moving through the forest. For now, he remains at camp and simply stays alert. He reveals the main plan for the night. Rather than only cooking and relaxing, he will watch the ritual alone inside the woods. The film follows 4 friends who enter a forest and eventually realize something is stalking them. The insects become unbearable, so he leaves camp to search for something safe to build a small fire inside. During the search, he notices what looks like an old teapot across a muddy section.
That is a teapot. Is it? Oh no, it's like a... What is that?
After struggling over to it, he discovers it is actually an abandoned metal oil container. As he picks it up, he hears someone talking again. He fills the container with moss and uses it as a raised fire pit. The small fire helps drive away the insects while he cooks steaks and mushrooms. Heavy rain then begins, forcing him inside the tent earlier than planned. While entering the shelter, he accidentally tears the inner tent from its attachment points. With the protective section damaged, he lays it flat and uses it like a bivvy beneath his sleeping equipment. The night is already becoming much less comfortable than expected.
Don't believe it. I'm after breaking the inner of the tent with my big arse. I went to grab something from the vestibule, plopped myself back in on top of the inner. So this tie out is gone, and the top one, I don't know if I ripped it off the tent or what. I'm just gonna see what the situation is. Okay, so it would appear that I've ripped the hook off the top of it. Even my head torch is broken.
He starts the ritual with one earphone in so he can still hear the forest. As the characters hear things outside their tents, the scenes begin feeling uncomfortably similar to his real surroundings. Several moments make him jump, although curiosity eventually overtakes the fear. By morning, he admits he slept badly. The rain repeatedly woke him, and at one point he panicked after forgetting he was lying inside the collapsed inner tent. Nothing actually approached the campsite. Despite the voices and the horror film, the most serious problems were insects, rain, and the damage he accidentally caused himself. Genevieve creates travel and randonautica videos in which randomly generated locations lead her toward unusual places. During this journey through Glenwood Springs, Colorado, one point takes her up a steep road beside thick trees and an old abandoned cabin. Genevieve begins exploring a generated point near an area associated with Native American history. The road becomes steep and narrow. As she drives farther upward, she notices unusual equipment and an old water tank behind the trees. She does not stop for long because the slope makes parking difficult.
Like a really steep road, but like I said, it's also residential. You can tell there's like houses here. I'm now turning right off onto this sketchy dirt road. It's gonna be a little bumpy.
Turn right to stay on Sunny Hill.
Okay, it's like a hard right, hard right. We're going up this way. Oh shoot.
Near the generated location, Genevieve suddenly hears a powerful rustling sound inside the trees. The noise is large enough to make her stop recording.
What the fuck? Like in the tree there's like a tree. I don't know what it is though. Okay, I'm like so freaked out now. I'm gonna try to oh god, that was my phone. Okay, I'm just gonna, I don't think it's a human though. I think it's an animal, but it's big enough to like make a really big sound in the tree. So
She describes it as something heavy moving through the vegetation only a short distance from her. Genevieve turns the camera back on and attempts to show where the sound originated. The forest has become completely quiet.
Really loud rustling in the trees, like right here, like as if there was a human or an animal in there. Don't think it's a human, it's gotta be an animal, but it's like a big animal. I am not walking up that road, I can tell you that right now. That was scary. There's no noise anymore now. It's like there was a big rustle and then it's like, it was done. There's also a rustling over here, but I think that's just...
Whatever created the disturbance is no longer moving. She refuses to walk farther up the road after hearing something so close to her vehicle. Still shaken, she tries to determine whether the microphone captured the original noise. The glare and thick trees prevent her from seeing into the exact area. She remains beside the car instead of entering the vegetation.
Do you see anything? No. It's It's like a really... Okay. This road is not good. Not good. Okay, I'm gonna go back down because I can't even like get up this road. And there's a glare and I can't... This is... The direction I'm pointing is where I heard the noise. But the glare is so weird. I can't...
Genevieve considers whether the sudden woodland encounter may have fulfilled the intention behind the generated point. As she begins driving away, she notices an old cabin farther up the road. The structure was hidden from her original position. She stops near the cabin and finds rusted tools scattered around it. A deteriorating barn also stands nearby. The location feels connected to the area's Wild West history and fits the type of abandoned place she had hoped to discover.
Okay, I see it's like a barn or something. Okay, and then there's like land over here, but still, this is old. This is also, we can see better, like over there, like right where my finger is. That is probably like the point up there. But this is like really creepy old barn, clearly like disheveled, and the noise I heard, because I was parked down there before, I'm still like shaking from it, was like right behind it. So, whoa, this has been a very layered, crazy Randonautica experience, and that is like, can I just zoom in on this barn? I don't know if you can see inside, but I can kind of see there's just like, you can't see it all, but it just looks creepy and dark, and like there's like shadowy weirdness back there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I have gotten way more than I bargained for.
From outside, Genevieve examines the dark openings in the old structures. She remains unsettled by the earlier rustling because the noise came from the same general area. However, nothing else moves near the cabin. She later discusses Doc Holliday, the famous historical figure buried near Glenwood Springs. Genevieve tries several more intentions connected to the town's past, but the generated points repeatedly appear on inaccessible mountaintops. After several failed attempts, she ends the session. The strongest discovery remains the old cabin and the unexplained movement in the trees. Genevieve never learns whether the rustling was caused by wildlife, a person, or simply branches shifting on the steep hillside. Wandering Simon documents quiet solo camps in the Scottish countryside. For this trip, Simon sets up a hammock in the Pentland Hills while strong winds and freezing nighttime temperatures make finding a protected location more difficult than expected. Simon arrives at a scenic hillside surrounded by open countryside. The wind is already extremely strong. The forecast predicts that the temperature may feel close to -4 degrees during the night. Simon initially considers camping in the open, but the wind would blow directly against his shelter. He searches among the trees for a more protected location. One area feels noticeably calmer, although it is darker and less scenic. When the wind begins picking up again, Simon continues comparing several possible places before choosing the most sheltered option.
Can you hear it? Has it just died down, or is it one of those windless pockets? Oh, let's see. Let's wait a minute. I think I'll just stay here. That one. That one. It's more windy here, but the other spot is just so gloomy, so bleak.
Simon explains that he abandoned his original campsite because the tarp would have been exposed to the full force of the wind.
I had to abandon the place that I was initially hoping to set up, and it's because of the wind. You can see it on the footage, but I wasn't able to set up the tarp. Well, maybe I would be able to do it. I was just afraid that something would just break. The tarp and the hammock, they were acting like a big sail. I was just afraid I will damage the tarp. So I relocated to this little spot. It's still windy, but at least the tarp shouldn't be flapping as bad.
He relocates into a wooded section where the shelter is less visible and the fabric should not flap as violently through the night. As evening approaches, the temperature falls. Simon is confident that his new sleeping bag can handle the cold. His main concern remains the wind circulating through the hammock and making it difficult to sleep comfortably.
The cold shouldn't be the problem with my new sleeping bag, which is rated for -9. Just a little worried with the wind. So obviously it's not as pleasant when you're trying to sleep, even when you're warm, and the breeze is just circulating through your shelter. But we'll see how it goes. I'm happy to be here.
After preparing the campsite, Simon settles beside his small fire. He reflects on how stressful work has recently become and appreciates having a quiet night away from his normal routine. The trip is less about seeking danger and more about relaxing alone in nature. Once darkness arrives, the shelter becomes almost invisible from only a short distance away.
Light on the dimmest setting. I'm sitting with the dimmest setting when I'm not recording, and you literally cannot see that setup from where I'm sitting, which is what, maybe 10 meters away, and you cannot see it. Stealth camping. I might go for a walk over there later on, just to see if anything interesting happens.
Simon jokes about searching for Bigfoot in the Scottish hills before returning to the fire. He plans to drink some wine, warm himself, and sleep unless anything unusual happens.
See if there's Bigfoot in the Scottish Pentlands. Who knows? Who knows? Stay tuned. Oh!
The following morning, Simon reports that the night passed quietly. He slept for nearly 8 hours, although he woke during the night and watched a film before falling asleep again. The coldest part came when he first entered the hammock. His feet remained icy for nearly an hour while the sleeping bag slowly trapped enough body heat. Once it warmed, he stayed comfortable for the rest of the night.
Into the hammock, I was icy cold. I didn't warm up before getting into the sleeping bag, which is a mistake for me. But it took me about an hour, a good hour, to finally warm up the sleeping bag and especially my feet. But after that, I was nice and warm, comfortable.
Nothing frightening approached the campsite. The challenge of the trip came entirely from finding shelter and remaining warm through the freezing, windy night. David's universe investigates abandoned locations and places connected to murders, rituals, and paranormal legends. For this video, David and his friends visit a massive oak tree in the California mountains, where a murdered woman was reportedly buried in a shallow grave. David introduces the remote location and explains its disturbing history. A man reportedly kidnapped and murdered his co-worker before burying her body somewhere on the property.
This is the oak tree. So this is borderline Yucaipa and borderline Beaumont, literally in the middle of the mountains. Like there is like nothing around here, guys. It took us a cool like 30 minutes to get here. You could see a nice view over there in the end, but guys, there's literally nothing here. This giant tree that you see behind us is an actual oak tree. Now, oak trees are very interesting. Oak trees harness a lot of negative energy, so even just a regular oak tree by itself is like super creepy. So that's
The area is also covered in satanic symbols and is frequently visited by people performing rituals. At the center stands an enormous oak tree believed to hold negative energy. The group enters the ruined structure surrounding the tree. They find symbols, broken bottles, hanging shoes, and remains of what may once have been a house.
Oh, the tree, look at their shoes up there. It feels super heavy here, like a bunch of broken glass bottles.
Look, the EMF is going off.
Oh, already?
Yeah, already.
Oh my god. Yo, that thing is going off. The year that the lady died, I'm pretty sure it was like 2001. But man, this is crazy. Look how big this tree is. Like this is like, it was like a chimney area. Is that a bucket? It looks like a bucket. Oh my god, imagine we see a head in there.
Nah.
Spiders. Nah, that's a crazy ass spot.
David places paranormal equipment on the ground and asks the murdered woman to communicate. The devices begin reacting. A name, Jeff, appears through the spirit talker.
A lot this month. Spirit box right here. We have a REM pod and we have the EMF reader. Jeff? Oh, what if that was the guy? The guy that murdered his coworker, it was 2011. That was the most recent time. People still come here and they do a lot of satanic rituals and sacrifices. We're here today trying to figure out if this place is really, really haunted. Now, the tree looks crazy, guys. Collect what? Collect evidence?
What is it to look out for to collect?
Bro, that's scary because if you take like something with you, like you'd probably be haunted or something.
Yeah.
I kind of want to touch this tree. What if you like touch it and it like sucks up all the energy? There's ants here still.
The group wonders whether this could be connected to the man who committed the murder. Another response instructs them to collect evidence. David notices a strange red object lodged high in the tree. Writing appears to be visible on it, and a candle has also been left nearby.
Wait, what is this? What is that?
The red thing?
Guys, there's something up there. Wait, I'm gonna get on top of here and I'll probably grab the camera to look at it. It says like words on it or something.
It's like witchcraft or something.
Should I grab it?
See what it is first.
Wait, there's bugs
Get
on
on
there.
this branch.
There's bugs on there. Hey, give me a
Get on this
flashlight.
one.
I just want to see what it says before I get up there. Just,
Knock it down here.
yeah, I'm gonna knock it down. So what's that red thing?
Mine, French, grapes.
There's like a little bit more. I'm gonna knock it down. Why is there a random candle up there though?
The placement adds to the impression that people still use the location for rituals. The group begins using a digital Ouija board. They ask whether the murdered woman is present.
Is the lady that was murdered, are you here with us today? Yeah. How old were you?
Keep the camera on.
Oh my god!
What the?
Wait, check. Pull the knife out. Pull the knife out.
I have it in my pocket.
Pull the knife out.
Whoa.
Pull the knife out.
I have it.
Was it?
You want me to get it?
No, I got it.
You guys, did you guys hear that?
It was a bunch of fucking like steps.
Yeah, like if somebody was running towards us.
Yeah, facts.
The board appears to respond yes. Before they can continue, the equipment suddenly tells them to keep the camera running. Footsteps erupt from the darkness. The sound resembles several people running toward the group through dry leaves. Everyone turns toward it, but nobody enters the light. Another device then displays the words, "I'm here."
Here.
Oh my god.
Guys, look what it said.
Look, I'm here. There's no way.
Dude, it sounded like somebody did this. Because somebody was over there and they were like this. Like running towards us, and, but with their feet, with
Like
the leaves.
dragging against it.
Yeah. That sounded so crazy. Hello? Yo, that is crazy.
That's fucking weird, bro. Oh, this kid's already gonna die.
As the group prepares to leave, someone spots a figure beyond the ruins. They rush into the vehicle but continue filming through the windows. Two glowing eyes appear to be watching from the darkness.
It's right there. Look.
Everyone has to get in the car and hurry up. Y'all see it?
It's like right by
Everybody
the
has
car.
to get on one side.
Hold on, stand right here.
Right here, I see it.
Everybody hold on.
Hurry. We have to go, David.
Just go.
Close the door.
Alright, you guys can hop in the front and hold on.
Open the window.
Open the window?
I can't see. It's somewhere right there. Open it. Open it.
Oh, it's right there.
Right there, look. You see that shit?
What is that?
I can't see it. You see that shit? Skinwalker?
Bro, a skinwalker.
What is that?
That shit's just watching us, bro. Look.
Their batteries begin dying almost simultaneously. The final messages from the equipment refer to being alone in the darkness and keeping the cameras on. The group drives farther from the tree but realizes they never formally ended the Ouija session. They attempt to close the session from inside the vehicle. The board spells a name they interpret as Zozo. When they ask to say goodbye, the pointer becomes difficult to move and appears stuck against the board. Eventually, it releases and gives them permission to end.
M-O-Z Oh my god, it's Z, bro, it's saying Z-O-Z-O,
Yeah.
Zozo. Guys, Zozo is the worst demon you can contact playing the Ouija board. This is not a game. Can we end this session? It's stuck, no? It feels like something's like...
Yeah.
Like it's not as light as
Pushing
it should be. It feels heavier.
Yeah.
Like it's not even... Let
you
me pick it up a little bit. Bro, it's crazy. It feels like
Yeah.
something's grabbing it. Like if something's like has its hand
Pushing
like
it down,
this.
yeah.
Can we end the session?
Like,
Bro, it's not
stuck.
moving. It's like stuck. Can we end the session? Oh, fuck that. Bro, what the fuck? We have to say goodbye. Are you still here? Bro, it's like stuck on there.
Yeah.
Am I tripping? Let me see. Oh, look, it's smooth.
Yeah.
Okay. Do it again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Can we end the session? Z-O-Z-O. Bro, this is Zozo. This is like literally the worst demon you can contact. Can we end the session? Yes. Okay, goodbye. Alright, take it out. Yo!
David concludes that the location is too unpredictable to investigate any longer. The Watcher may have been wildlife, but nobody gets close enough to identify it. The group leaves the mountain with the session closed and no intention of returning that night. Stealth Camp Sweethearts follows Michael and Ashley as they search for hidden camping spots and spend nights outdoors together. During this cold weather trip, they camp beside a river and become nervous when unknown people arrive after dark and begin walking through the woods without lights. Michael and Ashley explore a trail beside the river. They discover a bridge and a flat area large enough for their tent. The spot appears quiet and secluded, although previous visitors have left rubbish scattered around the campsite. They decide to stay and clean the area before leaving. The couple carries their equipment from the vehicle and begins setting up. Their gear is partly frozen, making the tent difficult to handle. Once the shelter is standing, they arrange their sleeping bags and prepare for temperatures close to freezing. The forecast predicts around 34 degrees Fahrenheit. Their sleeping bags are rated for only slightly warmer conditions, so they know the night may become uncomfortable.
Get down in the 30s tonight, 34. It was like 60 something when we got here.
Yeah.
So.
I know in the lows last night was only like, what, 60?
Mm-hmm.
Alabama weather.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's gonna get 34. We only got 35 degree sleeping bags because we weren't planning on camping when it's that cold.
They start a fire and prepare food while daylight disappears. A vehicle suddenly pulls into the area. Someone approaches the camp, and Michael briefly speaks with them.
Somebody just pulled up.
Afterward, another man begins walking behind the campsite with a dog. His arrival feels unusual because he came directly toward their lights without using a flashlight.
Well, she said if y'all come about an hour early, we would have had some.
The man continues into the woods. His dog moves near the campsite and begins reacting loudly. Michael decides to check where the stranger has gone, while Ashley remains beside the fire with an axe. The pair continues watching from a distance. They realize there are two people, not one.
Two of them. And they kind of was shining their flashlights up in the trees after they walked by, so.
Yeah, because I heard a car door. So we went to check to see if somebody's here, and then we seen that somebody was at the, like, had just shut the door to the car. But then they started walking up the trail, and I don't think they had a light on, did they?
Well, they did at first, and then they cut it off, so.
Yeah, so then we put put our light on just so, you know, they'll know, hey, we're here, which probably, I don't know if that was a good idea or not, but then their dog, they had a dog, it come running up, they ran in here, but I thought it was just one person, but apparently it was two people. But yeah, that's what all that was, and we got a little nervous about it for a little bit.
Yeah, but they left.
The strangers had switched off their lights while walking up the trail, which explains why their approach initially seemed so suspicious. Soon afterward, both hunters leave the area. With the fire fading, the couple finally settles into the tent. They hope to remain warm and sleep without any more unexpected visitors.
Well, we love it though.
Yeah.
But we are going to bed. It is, what, about
I don't even know.
10:30 now?
10:30, 11, I don't know.
I think it took us an hour to go to bed. But, yeah, so hopefully nothing happens. We can get some good night's sleep, at least be warm.
At 5 in the morning, they wake to freezing conditions. The inside of the tent is wet with condensation, and Ashley's face repeatedly became cold during the night.
Yeah. Our tent's actually kind of wet.
I know, I can feel the moisture for some reason.
Yeah.
I slept pretty good. My face kept getting cold. If my face wasn't cold, I would have been a little warm.
Yeah, I slept alright.
They pack the campsite before sunrise and remove all the rubbish left by earlier visitors. The temperature at the vehicle reads 35 degrees. The hunters never returned, and nobody else approached after they went to sleep. Looking back, the couple concludes that the night was quiet apart from the strange arrival. They also heard distant howling, but it was likely connected to dogs in the surrounding area. The encounter began as a possible threat and ended with the much simpler explanation of two people hunting in the woods. Black Mass Paranormal is a channel focused on cryptids, strange wilderness encounters, and paranormal investigations in remote places. In this video, he rides deep into the Appalachian Mountains to explore stories of feral people near the Tennessee and North Carolina border. He begins by explaining that many strange encounters start the same way.
Currently, we are heading deep into the Appalachian Mountains. Now, the area that we're going in, historically, one of the most concentrated areas of Native America.
Someone is alone on a back road, far from normal traffic. That is exactly why he takes his KLR 650 into isolated forest roads, searching areas most people never reach.
We are going to be researching the topic of feral people, and we are currently on the KLR 650 that is going to take us on roads that you typically would not be able to go on. What's very important about all of this is that if you go back and you listen to the majority of interactions that people have with cryptids or the feral people, they all tend to start on, we were on this back road.
After taking a wrong turn, he stops and explains how the region has changed since he last visited.
So the area has significantly changed since I was up here. All of the roads are different. The area that I did know apparently no longer exists. It's so weird. It's so weird because I was trying to get up to an area that's called Green Cove. We're going to be in the same area of the mountains, but we are just going to be hitting a different side of the mountain to start off with, because I want to make sure that before, in case it rains and stuff, like I want to be making sure to hit all of the areas.
He remembers Sitico Creek as a place he avoided when he was younger because strange people would appear out of nowhere and watch his vehicle or gear. He connects those memories to the idea of feral people living deeper in Appalachia.
Really weird. And back then there wasn't a whole lot of talk about like the feral people, or there were people who lived off grid. Living in Appalachia, that's nothing new, and that's what's kind of a big disconnect from people. You know, you have your country bumpkins, you got your rednecks out here, but one thing that you don't that I didn't really recognize was the whole other side to it. Now, as far as like the cryptid connection, I think it's a little bit further. I think there is an evolution of humans that is still present in these woods. I think they use the cave systems to survive the winters and to stay away from everybody else.
He believes some may use caves and tunnels to avoid contact, and that many sightings dismissed as Sasquatch could actually be something more human, but still not normal. Deeper in the Cherokee National Forest, his gear starts failing. His GoPro dies, his microphone needs charging, and his 360 camera stops responding. Around the same time, he finds a large footprint in the mud with visible toes, far bigger than his size 12 motorcycle boot.
Right. You can see the freaking toe. Look at that. See if there's any arrowheads around here.
Later, he rides farther up rough mountain roads and notices more strange tracks, disturbed ground, and movement in the woods. He becomes overheated and uneasy, but keeps documenting the area.
I swear I just heard movement up there. See that little spot? Oh man, something's biting me in the back too. Oh god, this sucks. I thought this was boar at first, but this is not boar. Shout out to Max Speeding Lights. They hooked me up with some sweet freaking lights. Look at those things.
The most unsettling moment comes when he finds a live tree pulled or placed across the road, blocking his path.
Did this just fall? What's really interesting is none of the leaves are dead that are on this tree. There's not another dead tree leaning against it, so it's not like a dead tree fell on this. This was put here, and the tree itself is still alive.
The leaves are still green, and it does not look like a normal deadfall. By the end, he admits he has never seen anything like it before, leaving the strange mountain road behind with more questions than answers. Midwest Ghost Hunter is a paranormal investigation channel where Ian explores haunted places alone, often using simple tools like a K2 meter while documenting anything strange he hears or sees. In this video, he visits secluded Native American burial mounds along the Crow Wing River, where people have reported phantom drums, voices, glowing figures, and even a wolf spirit guarding the land. The investigation begins just after a storm passes.
It's now time to get into the investigation. You know, there wasn't really supposed to be a storm, but if you look, I got some ominous clouds coming in, and the wind is starting to pick up, and I'm starting to feel raindrops. Oh man, I hope it doesn't rain too hard. It wasn't supposed to, but I'll have to recheck the forecast. Hopefully it's just brief. just brief enough to energize this place, and I can come out here at night. And crazy activity will happen. It's kind of weird. It's almost like a bad omen, like I shouldn't be here.
Ian says the sudden clouds and rain feel like a bad omen, but once the air clears, he enters the trail and finds the first mound almost immediately.
All right, the storm has passed. It should be a clear night from here on out. I can definitely feel the electricity in the air right now. And here we are. Right when you walk in, there's the first mound. Hello, is anybody here? My name is Ian, and I'm just a visitor looking to communicate with anyone that's here. That is, if you're interested. I hear that there's spirits out here. If you're spirits here, I'd love to see you. It would be an amazing experience.
When he places his K2 meter on it, the device starts lighting up, as if something nearby is touching it or responding to him.
Look at that, it's already going off. Holy shit. What the f? Are you touching that green light? Are you buried in this mound? I take that as a yes. How many spirits are here? Is it over 5? Is it less than 5? This thing is just going nuts. It's hard to tell if this thing's actually like responding or if it's just going off at random. Do you speak English? I wish I knew some phrases off the top of my head. I wouldn't even know what tribe to even speak. That's the thing.
As he moves deeper into the woods, the atmosphere becomes more unsettling. He hears something behind him, then a clear voice seems to come from empty space.
Bears, Bigfoot, ghosts, anything. Okay. I don't know if I'm going crazy. I thought I heard something behind me. Hello? Who's over there? I don't know, maybe I'm just paranoid. I don't know. I thought I heard something, but I'm not sure. Oh, holy shit. Okay. All right. Okay, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm not going crazy. I don't know. I don't know if I should try this, but I'm gonna try walking backwards because I want to see what's coming up behind me.
When he approaches the area, something suddenly grabs his shoulder, leaving him shaken and unsure whether it was a warning or an attempt to communicate.
Is there somebody out here with me? Oh my god! Holy shit! That scared me so bad. That was a straight up voice. From thin air. It was as if somebody was standing like right there. Hello? My name is Ian. Could you tell me your name? Are you standing in this exact spot right here? Could you say something? You might not even understand me, that's the thing. Oh my god! Holy shit! Oh my god, something just grabbed my shoulder. Holy moly. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to react that way. You just scared me. I really don't know what kind of grab that was. I don't know if that was like a hey kind of grab or hey, like get out of here.
At the second mound, Ian stays quiet and listens. He hears faint voices and captures several strange orbs on camera, including one that visibly crosses the screen.
I'm getting a lot of orbs. Holy moly. Whoa, guys, I'm getting a lot of weird ones. Holy crap. I want to see if I can get any on video. Oh, dude, one just crossed over the screen. Did you see that? Of course you did. I just caught it. That was so cool. This place has got a lot of spiritual energy. Like, I could just feel it walking through here. And it's a good kind of energy. It's like peaceful. At least I hope it's all peaceful. I know there's apparently a wolf spirit out here somewhere.
The energy feels strong, but not threatening, almost peaceful. Near the riverbank, the night turns stranger. A howl echoes through the woods, followed by a sound that Ian says is unmistakably like a tribal drum.
Even though there's not much going on right now, it's a lot of fun just being out here. Out in the wilderness. Even though it's dark, I can barely see 10 feet ahead of me. Still a lot of fun. Okay. Okay, that sounded like a coyote, a dog, or God forbid, a wolf. Holy shit. Just when I said it was fun being out here. Pretty sure that was a goose back there, splashing in the water.
He follows the noise and discovers another large mound hidden in the dark, as if the sound had led him directly to it.
Let's see if anything else happens. There she is. It's weird. It smells like incense almost over here. Or like sage. I don't know. It's like different. I can't pinpoint it. Oh, it almost burns my lungs. Are you smoking something over here? Hello?
At the final mound, the smell changes, almost like incense or sage. Ian hears a male voice, then sees what looks like a glowing face appear in the darkness.
That sounds like a male voice. Could you speak again? Oh my God! Dude, that was a face! I just seen a face! That was a glowing face! Oh my God, I cannot believe that! Dude, his face just appeared right there! Right there! Oh my God, that was one of the craziest things I've ever seen! It's one thing to see a light, a mist, even a shadow, but a face? A face! It looked like a man, too. It looked like a Native American man.
Describing it as one of the craziest things he has ever witnessed. He leaves believing the spirits are still there. Ray Gloom's Real Life Encounters is a wilderness exploration channel where strange local legends, abandoned places, and unsettling outdoor discoveries are investigated in a calm, realistic way. In this video, Ray stops at a rugged hillside where locals claim an old abandoned mine or prospector site may still be hidden. He begins by explaining that the area is lower in elevation than his usual locations, but it is said to have a haunted mining legend.
Well, so we're in another little spot that I thought I'd stop by and investigate. This is lower in elevation where I've typically been, and a little bit further south, but there's supposed to be an old abandoned mine shaft or prospector area or something, and some people local say that it's haunted, which of course we know it's probably not, but we just wanted to come and take a look. So I think it's up there, and we're just gonna go see if we can't find it.
The old story claims that a prospector once guarded a silver strike so jealously that his spirit may still protect the land from anyone searching for it. Ray carefully climbs through loose rock and rough terrain, trying to find signs of the mine.
Yeah, that's a lot of rocks. Just kind of fell down all around over here. I'm wondering if I'm supposed to go up there or something. Up that way. This kind of comes down this way, so I can go up that way, or I can go that way. That's what I'm wondering. Let me take a better look.
Along the way, he discovers an animal spine with fur still attached, likely from a deer, suggesting something had been feeding in the area.
I just found some animal spine. Look. Look at the fur on it. It's hair. Fur, whatever. Gotta be a deer.
As he continues upward, the ground becomes harder to navigate. He follows what looks like an old water path, wondering if floods may have erased most of the mining evidence over time.
There's actually a little bit of a trail there. That's probably it then. That's probably where I need to be. Huh. Oh, actually. Well, maybe it is a little bit of a trail, but look, that's actually where the water came down. Well, I wonder if that means that's where it is, where I'm supposed to go.
The atmosphere changes when a sudden gust of wind hits him out of nowhere. Ray remembers hearing that sudden wind can be seen as a bad omen.
I do get sort of a little bit more of a spooky vibe as I walk. Oh my gosh. Wind just came out of nowhere. We've discussed that, right, guys? Do you remember that in a previous video? If you're just walking and suddenly there's a big gust of wind, just and it's gone, like that one. Some people call that a bad omen. Right when I got here. Is that a sign, guys? Did I find something?
And from that point on, the place starts to feel more unsettling. Higher up, he finds a strange dead tree stump with every limb deliberately cut off. He calls it the octopus stump and questions why anyone would cut it in such a difficult spot unless something unusual had happened there.
Those aren't breaks. Those are cuts. You got this old dead tree and then someone cut all the limbs off of it. One great big root coming down.
After slipping and falling on the hillside, Ray notices 3 rocks stacked on a tree like a possible trail marker.
This is not easy, guys. Oh boy. Yeah. This is actually much more slippery than I thought it would be, than what it looked like. I can go up a little ways more. I think I need to stick to where the water is coming down though. Oh, I still haven't seen anything. So those big rocks almost look like they've been placed. Actually, maybe I should go back in there. I see a couple of walk overhangs that are just exposed portions of this hill, but that doesn't seem that important to me. Oh! I fell. I fell down. I fell the good way though, and I fell into nice, soft twigs and stuff. I'm okay, guys. I'm okay. Hey, there's a baby tree. Leave the baby tree alone. Let it grow. Mama tree might get mad.
Then he hears rocks slide above him, almost like something stepped on the loose shelf nearby.
Whoosh of wind came through. Oh! Okay, rock shell or something. Suddenly just, I heard it slide. And I think something moved up there. I think there's an animal up there or something. Well, now it's not moving. Well, here comes the wind again. It's just so dead silent everywhere else, but I'm here, there's wind.
Finally, he spots what appears to be the old mine area, but strange wind and an uneasy feeling make him turn back before getting closer.
That actually looks like a mine shaft. It's through the trees. I actually can't really tell. It's just because it just looks like it. I'm actually looking back towards that octopus tree stump. I'm just getting the weirdest feeling. Like I had better not go back that way. Something doesn't seem right. Okay, I'm obeying the feeling. I'm not gonna go back the way.
He leaves without fully exploring it, admitting that something about the place simply felt wrong. Jesse's Drone Adventures is a travel and drone channel focused on scenic drives, desert landscapes, and remote places seen from the road and above. In this video, Jesse drives through the Virgin River Gorge in northwestern Arizona, one of the most dramatic stretches of Interstate 15. The drive begins with the highway entering a narrow canyon carved through solid rock.
In the far northwestern corner of Arizona, this interstate cuts through one of the most extreme landscapes in the Southwest. But what makes this drive so fascinating isn't just the scenery, it's the fact that engineers somehow managed to build a major highway right through solid rock. I'll be telling you all sorts of fun facts about the gorge and the history of the highway throughout the video.
Jesse explains that the gorge is not just beautiful, but also an engineering achievement, because the road had to be built through steep cliffs, unstable rock, and the winding Virgin River. As the scenery opens up, the canyon feels almost unreal. The blue sky, white clouds, and towering rock walls make the road feel less like a normal interstate and more like a passage into another world.
I wouldn't necessarily rate this as a scary or intimidating drive by any means, but it is one that requires focus and attention to the road in the event of any falling rocks, rocks on the road, or any drivers with California license plates. Nah, I'm just kidding. Unless it is a BMW or Dodge Challenger with California license plates, then you might want to keep an eye on them.
Jesse stops to take in the view and films the Virgin River, which begins near Zion National Park and flows through Utah, Arizona, and Nevada before reaching Lake Mead.
Virgin River starts near Zion National Park in the beautiful southwestern Utah and flows 162 miles, 260 kilometers, southwest, meandering through Utah, Arizona, and Nevada, finally emptying into Lake Mead, or as I call it, Puddle Mead. Depending on the time of day and year, the color of the Virgin River can vary from chocolate milk brown during flash floods to shades of clear blue and my favorite, blue-green on calm days when light reflects off the water.
On calm days, the water can reflect a clear blue-green color against the desert rock. The story then shifts to how difficult travel was before Interstate 15 existed.
Traveling between Las Vegas and Utah was a completely different experience. Back in the early 1900s, drivers heading north or south through this region primarily relied on older highways like US Route 91, which is the highway you see highlighted in red. That road avoided the gorge entirely because the canyon was considered far too rugged and dangerous to build through at the time.
Older routes avoided the gorge because the canyon was considered too dangerous to build through, forcing drivers to take slower roads around it. Construction finally began in the 1960s, but the project became one of America's hardest rural interstate builds.
Almost immediately, the project turned into one of the most difficult rural interstate projects in the entire United States. Workers had to blast enormous amounts of rock from the canyon walls just to create enough space for the roadway. In many places, crews were trapped between vertical cliffs on one side and the Virgin River on the other.
Workers had to blast rock, reroute the river in multiple places, build bridges, and deal with heat, flooding, wind, and dangerous terrain. After opening in December 1973, the road transformed travel between Las Vegas and Utah. Even with constant traffic today, the gorge still feels wild and ancient, with cliffs rising above the highway like something untouched by time. On the return drive, Jesse explains how the gorge formed over millions of years, shaped by uplift, erosion, and the Virgin River slowly cutting downward through the rock.
Believe it or not, everything I've been showing you, such as the cliffs, mountains, ridges, peaks, buttes, you name it, this all started to form nearly 70 million years ago. Or so they say. You see, long before Interstate 15 ever cut through the Virgin River Gorge, this entire landscape looked completely different, like Nikki Glaser before her facelift. Hey, somebody had to say it. Millions of years ago, the area you see today was buried beneath ancient seas, deserts, and floodplains that slowly stacked layer upon layer of sediment across the region. Over time, those layers hardened into the colorful sandstone and limestone cliffs that now tower above the canyon.
The video ends with Jesse back where the drive began, encouraging viewers to experience the gorge for themselves. Paranormal Discovery is a camping and paranormal exploration channel where Lamar and Chelsea investigate remote locations while using spirit, communication devices, and sharing personal experiences. In this video, they return to Kejimkujik for a backcountry camping trip while still grieving the recent loss of their beloved dog, Kia. The trip begins on an emotional note as Lamar explains that this campsite was originally meant to be a return visit with Kia.
Recently lost our most prized possession, our baby girl Kia. She was our dog, and I do want to say it's been one of the hardest 5 days. It's been 5 days now since her passing, and it's been some of the hardest mornings and days of our entire lives. You know, our lives drastically changed. I don't even know how to explain it. We're a little bit speechless right now. We miss her so damn much every single day. I think the most emotional thing right now is I planned this trip back to Keji. That's where we are right now. I am with Chels. She's actually taking a walk down the path, but we're here backcountry camping in Keji, and I don't know if you guys remember, I brought Kia to this lot where we are right now. This is the waterfront lot. She went in the water, I filmed it, and I remember telling Kia, I'm like, this is what, and you guys, I'm like, this is the lot that I should have booked, you know, and I promised Kia, I'm gonna bring her back to this lot.
Both he and Chelsea spend much of the day reflecting on memories of her while trying to enjoy the wilderness around them. As evening approaches, they settle into camp, cook dinner, and discuss the area's long indigenous history. Chelsea admits she feels unusually watched whenever she is alone around the campsite, though she struggles to focus because of everything they have been going through emotionally. While eating, they activate a spirit communication app. The session starts quietly before several unexpected responses appear.
Anything from back in that time, if there's anything hidden here. It's actually kind of cool because in the visitor center here, you could actually see...
They will attack.
Whoa, okay.
That's reassuring.
I was just about to mention, you could actually see like weapons and like tools. I guess it's tools. But from thousands of years ago, you can see what it looked like. I was just about to mention that, and then it says attacked. So like,
I can see you all.
Are we gonna get attacked by like them with tools?
Words such as attack, bad memories, and join us later stand out, creating an increasingly uneasy atmosphere around camp. Later, Chelsea places a REM pod near the tent. To her surprise, the device repeatedly activates despite nobody being near it.
What the shit?
I know. I'm just sitting in the tent while Omar kind of packs up some stuff. I set up the REM pod just for fun. Can you please step away from this? If you're a spirit, can you please step away? Why is it like going back and forth? Akia, if that's you, can you step away?
During the same period, she believes she hears a distant male voice, even though Lamar is elsewhere in camp.
Guys, I literally just put this REM pod here just for funsies. Like, I had no intention of filming anything right now. Omar, are you talking? Omar? I hear talking. But, like, I have his phone. I'm on my phone. And he's not even responding to me. But I swear I hear talking. It sounded like a man.
After dark, the pair leave camp for a walk through the forest. Strange knocking sounds echo through the trees, and both repeatedly mention feeling watched. The Spirit app produces unusual responses including Goodbye Friend, Victoria, Shadow, and The Rumors Are True, which seem to match experiences they are having in real time.
Good?
Yeah, this camera is nice handheld. I like it.
Goodbye, friend.
What?
Whoa.
No, we just got here.
Goodbye, friend. What do you mean by that?
Are they talking about how we had to say goodbye to Kia?
I don't know. What is that? Something's moving.
Sounds like footsteps, like people. Hello?
I'm not playing.
I am not playing.
We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to disrupt. We just came to communicate and to enjoy the land.
The most unsettling moments occur deeper along the trail. Chelsea claims to see a shadow moving between trees, while both hear unexplained noises coming from different directions.
Hi, Victoria. My name is Chelsea, and this is my fiance, Lamar.
What'd you see?
I swear I just saw a shadow dart from one tree to another.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it might have been my eyes messing with me, but I swear I saw it. Is that you, Victoria?
Desolation.
What? Desolation.
Do you have any messages for us? Anywhere you want us to go? Which way should we go?
I don't know.
Later, Chelsea reports seeing what looked like an extremely tall white figure near the path before the sounds continue around them.
Connected to the grounds.
If so, Dexter, how are you connected to these grounds? Well, what the fuck was that?
Whoa. What?
Point the light right here, right where I am. Point it right down where the barrel is. I swear to freaking God, babe, I literally just saw like an 8-foot white tall shadow.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. Like, extremely tall.
What is that whooping?
I don't know. It's pretty consistent.
Back at camp, the strange activity continues. Lamar believes he hears Chelsea calling his name while she appears to be asleep inside the tent.
Chels? Chels! What the fuck? Chels? You awake? I literally just heard Chelsea's voice. Chelsea, you awake right now? Chels? Yeah. You okay? Dude, what the shit?
The next morning, they discuss the knocks, voices, and distant lights they encountered before packing up and leaving the park. Outdoor Girl Sophie is an outdoor creator who shares peaceful solo camping adventures, campfire cooking, and quiet moments in nature. In this video, she returns to a forest near her childhood home in Denmark for a relaxing overnight camp. The trip begins with Sophie walking through a forest she knows well from growing up.
Hi, my name is Sophie. Today I'm on a solo camping trip in a forest in Denmark. I'm gonna put up my tent, make a campfire, and cook a really delicious dinner. And I also have something planned for dessert.
The familiar trails bring back memories of spending time outdoors with her dog, and she enjoys the feeling of returning to a place that feels like home. After arriving at the campsite, she explores the area before setting up camp. She explains that camping in Denmark is restricted to designated areas and takes her time searching for the best location. While walking around, She notices a group of men already camping nearby and debates whether she should introduce herself or simply keep to her own space.
So I do hear some men talking, so they have probably taken the good spot here at the site. Oh, there was a spider. So now I'm a little bit in doubt if I should go over there, say hi, say that I'm gonna be camping over here, or what's the best thing to do.
Eventually, she finds a quiet spot near a proper fire pit and decides it is perfect for the night.
And possibly make a campfire here. Someone has already done it. I would never just start a campfire like this just in the middle of the ground. But since it's already here, I might as well continue on it. I do hear the guys camping in this direction quite clearly, but I cannot see them and they cannot see me. So yeah, I'm still in doubt if I should go over there and say hi. I don't want to scare them by suddenly just being here in my big red tent. But they are men, so they probably don't scare as easily as I do.
Her plan is simple: set up camp, gather firewood, and prepare a special dinner over the fire.
I'm gonna have a lot of room just for myself.
The afternoon is spent collecting wood and building a campfire.
And when it looks like this, you can start building it up with bigger pieces. My fire is starting to look good, so now I better get started on my food prepping for dinner.
Once the fire is burning steadily, Sophie begins preparing dinner.
I'm gonna cook a pork tenderloin over the fire with some potatoes, and to top it off I have a béarnaise sauce. It's gonna be so delicious. So first I need to chop up these potatoes. My plan is to just cut the potatoes up in smaller pieces, and then I brought some tin foil that I'm gonna wrap them in with some olive oil, salt and pepper.
She wraps potatoes in foil with olive oil, salt, and pepper, then cooks a pork tenderloin over the fire. Using a thermometer to avoid overcooking the meat, she carefully monitors the meal while enjoying the peaceful surroundings.
I can already see the temperature going up. It's going pretty fast, but it's probably also quite warm in there.
Dinner turns out almost exactly as she hoped. The pork is tender, the potatoes are nearly perfect, and she finishes the meal beside the fire.
The meat is just perfect. I'm done. I almost finished everything. These potatoes are not 100% done.
For dessert, she prepares a childhood favorite, a grilled banana filled with melted chocolate, which reminds her of earlier camping trips with family. As darkness settles in, bats appear overhead, and Sophie relaxes by the fire before heading to bed. The next morning, she wakes after a peaceful night and notices a mysterious tent nearby that was not there the evening before.
I see that there is a tent just outside my tent. Over here. I wonder when that was put up. I was sitting out here at the campfire until I think 9 in the evening. And when I got in my tent, it was dark. And I'm quite sure that the tent was not there when I was sitting at the campfire. That's a little bit weird.
After coffee and a simple breakfast, she packs up camp just as rain begins to fall and heads home. CJ Faison is an exploration and paranormal creator known for solo camping trips, haunted locations, and dangerous late-night adventures. In this video, he returns alone to the Pine Barrens, the same forest where he previously felt stalked during an earlier van camping trip. CJ explains that viewers were split on whether he should return, but he decides to revisit the exact same campground anyway.
And let me just go ahead and tell you this. I'm headed back to my original campsite that I went to the very first time with this van. And that is where human interaction happened. Now, the good thing is I have listened to a lot of you in the comments section, and we're like, CJ, can you put cameras around your van? I do have the suction cup GoPro mounts. Now, the GoPro batteries usually last about 2 hours. So when I do go to sleep, I will be, at least putting them on. I do have my side lights out here and all of that. And yeah, that's what's gonna illuminate the area around me. And hopefully I don't have any problems. Me personally, I have an idea of where someone could be hiding within these woods.
This time, he brings extra cameras, lights, and his electric bike to explore deeper sections of the woods.
I'm going back to basics, and I'm trying to keep as minimal stuff in here as possible. And that's why you're seeing, just a couple of cases, a book bag, and my handy dandy Starlink Mini. I don't go anywhere without that.
After arriving at the campsite, he talks about strange emails he received from locals describing hidden trails and possible places where people could secretly camp near the river. He later bikes down one of those trails and quickly realizes the area really could hide people without anyone noticing.
On all of the East Coast, over there is a river that runs along there. People say that, I don't know how, I think it's kind of bogus too, that people are always like, oh yeah, people take like chest waders and wade through the waters and all this kind of stuff. And I mean, honestly, I've always been like, I don't know if that's true or not, but who am I to say about people's stories and everything? So it is what it is. I'm trying to remember. No, that's not the trail. There was a trail up here, I believe, that is this it? Oh yeah, this is it right here. Looks like somebody's already been back here. Oh yeah, look at that. That was some horse doo-doo back there.
Further into the woods, CJ discovers old campfire spots, rumors of homeless pinnies, and areas where someone could easily move between the forest and campground unseen.
This is somebody's campfire right here at one point in time. Doesn't seem warm, isn't smoking. But as you can see, this would be the perfect spot. Like if you wanted to run back and forth between the campground and, be basically off the grid, this is where it happens at. And there's also these people that live back here in the woods. It's like rumored to be like a bunch of homeless people that live back here and, kind of not necessarily stalk people, but they're definitely keep an eye on things, and they're called Pineys.
Then the mood changes completely when he notices what appears to be a crouching figure moving between trees.
And the people who are trying to live off of the grid, what the hell is that? There's something white just moved in between those trees right there, and I can see it. That person is crouched down. The person's crouched down. it's weird. Yeah, this isn't sketchy at all. What the hell? But see all these areas that you could like just literally go off the grid and camp for weeks at a time. Like, who's gonna question you? See, what is that? I'm gonna go over here for a second and just pretend like I'm not looking over there, but there is 155% a person over there.
As he continues exploring, the situation becomes more intense. He hears yelling somewhere in the forest, notices multiple trees blocking the trails.
Before I make a right, I slow down a little bit, and I'm like, oh, that was a little weird. I'm starting to hear someone yell in the distance, and I freaking wish I had audio. So instead of going up further to the left of your screen right now, that's where I felt like I was hearing things. And now I'm going a little faster. I kind of look to my right. I'm like, oh, geez, there's now someone to the right of me. I'm panicking. Now, I'm man enough to admit, you can see this is the fastest I've gone. There's obviously limbs and trees and all that kind of stuff that's down. Next time I will angle the GoPro up for everyone to see. But off to my right, this is where something really bad is about to happen. Now, I'm starting to notice that there are trees laid across this trail randomly. So think about it. I mean, it could be innocent, right? Or it could be something. Now I come into this open area and I'm looking to my right and I'm looking to my left because now I'm hearing yelling again. All right. And I'm like, okay, it sounded like it was from there. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. You know me, I'm talking along. And now I'm feeling like I'm hearing it over here, but I cannot see anyone.
And then hears a gunshot nearby while trying to navigate back through the woods. CJ becomes trapped between fallen trees and starts panicking, unsure if someone is intentionally setting barriers across the paths.
Now, this is going to be rough trying to get through here really quickly. There's briars to the left and to the right of you, so it's not like you can really go off trail. Now, boom, right here, there was gunshots. I don't know if this was strategic or not, but the gunshot is to the left. If you're looking at this video, it's over on the left-hand side, and now I'm hearing people on the right-hand side over here. So now I'm turning my attention to where I heard the gunshot. Now, this could, I'm trying to be strategic about this. I am absolutely shitting my pants right now because there's a tree in front of me that I have to get my bike over, and there's a tree behind me. So now if I get up and try to go, it's going to be very, very tough and difficult to do so. I'm panicked. I'm like, okay, what do I do? I've got no cell phone reception. It's the Pine Barrens. I'm screwed. Now I'm looking out and I'm just kind of gazing, trying to look for any movement up top. I am crouched down. I took my helmet off because, quite frankly, it is bright yellow. And I stand out like a sore thumb. That little thing blinking on my vest right there too is it's a heated vest. So it's not like somebody has a laser beam on me or anything. So I'm starting to get up. I'm looking around. I'm absolutely mortified at this point. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, maybe they're hunting. And then it reminded myself that this is not hunting, or it is hunting season, but not in this area of the Pinelands. So I'm looking around a little bit more.
Things get worse when he hears someone say, "You better go," causing him to freeze before rushing out of the area.
Trees down in every forest. Now right here, this is when I heard the words, "You better go." And I froze. I froze in fear. And I'm like, what the hell do I do? So I get off the bike for a second and I'm like, okay, I could continue going, but I'm thinking, okay, if there's a gunshot on one side of the forest, there's people talking and yelling on the other side. That's why I'm looking back and forth. I'm like, okay, maybe they're talking to each other or there's a dispute. I don't know, but I'm not trying to get in the middle of it. So anyway, I hop back on my bike like a good little boy.
Later, while riding around the campground at night, he spots hidden car lights deep in the woods that suddenly switch off after he notices them.
Oh shit. There's car lights. They just turned them off. I fucking knew I heard somebody back here. Alright, I'm gonna try something different here, y'all.
Eventually, CJ abandons the original campsite entirely. He admits the fear felt different from paranormal activity, explaining that unknown human encounters in the Pine Barrens scare him more than ghosts ever could. Welcome to The Woods UK is a wild camping and woodland channel focused on bushcraft, solo camps, trail cams, and strange things found deep in private woods. In this video, he returns to a secluded woodland after discovering that the small cabin he had started building has been completely destroyed.
This woodland just gets stranger and stranger, but the gutting thing is I was hoping to show you lot that cabin, but I might as well show you it's wrecked now. But I'll show you the video I was starting to make that would have probably took a month or two to put up. Although there weren't a lot of work put into that frame, there was a lot of work elsewhere on the yard where I've broken down about 50-60 large 7-foot pallets, broken all the boarding off it to make walls for that. I even measured up my stove, so a little stove would have gone in there. I'm not going to scrap it. I'm just going to have to rethink the idea.
He first shows the wreckage and explains how much work had already gone into it, from breaking down dozens of heavy pallets to carrying materials in by hand. The strange part is that the frame seems to collapse while he is filming, even though nobody is visible nearby. After checking several trail cameras, things become even stranger.
I spent most of yesterday night looking through trail cam footage. Cameras 1 to 6 that are out in that woodland have been brought in, and yesterday evening I spent from about 8 o'clock all the way to early hours sifting through from camera 1 to camera 6 hundreds of files of birds, rabbit, deer, hares. But then when I got to the last cameras, I found something a bit more shocking.
He finds a figure appearing at night on one camera, then another possible person in camouflage or a poncho during the day.
Doing a bit of wildlife photography, but whoever it is shouldn't be there. They haven't got permission to be there. It's only me. I've phoned.
He cannot tell if it is a poacher, wildlife photographer, trespasser, or something else. But whoever it is should not be there.
It's definitely, again, if it's not the same person, it is a person. They're dressed up in some sort of camouflage or poncho. I mean, it looks like they've got a big beard. I think it's a man, to be honest with you.
Later, he returns near dusk to investigate the ruined cabin area. As darkness falls, he hears what sounds like wood splitting or chopping nearby, very similar to a creepy experience.
It's got darker a lot quicker than what I thought it would, and it's drawn in pitch black, inky black. I'm almost on top of the site of cabin number 2. That is where cabin number 2 is, or was, should I say. You should all remember, it should be put together by now. I was proper agitated that someone's done this to that. I don't know if you can hear it. I didn't see anything, but I could hear like wood splitting, like as in like someone chopping wood, like with an axe or something. I'm not entirely sure what that would have been. That was it. Right, okay. I don't think that's got anything to do with poachers, that noise. That's pretty much what happened to me last January. So, didn't plan on staying the night in here tonight. So I'm going to go back to the car.
The anxiety becomes too much, and he leaves for the night. A few days later, he comes back determined to face the fear properly and camp alone beside the ruined cabin.
Well, I've made it in here, so we're here for the night now. It's late afternoon, and I just want to go through a few things with you. So despite the cabin being staked into the ground, it was turned up on its heaviest end, with the door frame being up in the air, and then it obviously collapsed down. But it was also put in, so it would have been facing into these woods, and it was actually turned around and then put on its end by the looks of it. There's no other way it could have got like this, really. So, strange. So I'm going to be camping about here, just with my camera bag and tripods hanging from the tree. I'm going to camp in this little space.
He explains how the cabin had been turned and lifted in a way that does not look natural, then sets up his tent nearby. To feel safer, he installs a non-lethal trip alarm around the camp, designed to create a loud bang if anything crosses the line during the night.
Just while I let that cook, it'd be interesting to know if any of the viewers suffer from anxiety from wild camping, whether that be like solo or as a group. Be interesting to find out what people think. It is one of them things where primal fear does take over when it's completely dark and you're in the middle of the woods. Some people even get it in towns and cities. I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of. It's just, you know, it's ingrained in us to be a bit more cautious when it's dark and we can't see in the dark. Obviously some animals are nocturnal, they can see. We're not built like that, so our primitive fear does get raised up quite a bit. It's just a matter of practicing it, and once you've practiced it, obviously like anything, you get better.
Rain keeps him inside the tent for most of the evening, and he eventually settles down for sleep. Later in the night, he wakes after hearing several bangs and footsteps, roughly 40 yards away.
I've not got a clue what that noise was. There's about 8 different noises, sound like someone was walking around about 40 yards away. I had no bang off of the alarm, but definitely a banging in the woods.
Though the alarm never goes off. Man Dog Wild is an outdoor adventure channel where remote mountain hikes, camping trips, and dog-led explorations often turn into strange and unsettling encounters. In this video, he looks back at the most disturbing moments from one specific mountain area. He begins by explaining that the activity seemed to grow stronger each time he returned. What started as odd noises slowly became heavier, almost like something was reacting to their presence.
Of the strangest experiences we've had in the mountains. Looking back as we look forward to returning to those same mountains. Thinking about it, the whole thing kind of reminded me of spirit or poltergeist activity almost. Not to say it was, but in the fact that the more we went, the more happened, the higher the intensity. They say the best thing you can do is ignore it, don't feed it fear, and it will go away.
The first strange moment happens during a tent camp with Yeti. After nightfall, he hears unexplained footsteps outside the tent while Yeti stays completely calm.
The sun has gone down, and that's me and Yeti in the tent now. Look at all that good stuff in here. All that good stuff. I think we're both knackered out, so and that'll be it for us in the tent. We'll catch you guys in the morning.
Almost as if she senses nothing at all. Later, he returns with DC, and the strangeness starts before camp is even set up.
As with a lot of wild fruit trees in this region, it just doesn't receive the
Yeti locks onto something in the valley. A cat is seen hiding high in a tree, and both dogs seem focused on something deeper in the woods.
They're not the cat either, because the cat is still in a tree. So the dogs don't want to go in the woods. The cat's up in the tree, out of the way of the woods, and whatever is in those woods, moving around. Obviously, no one wants to deal with. So if the cat wanted to get down, now would be the ideal time. But the cat's not getting down. The cat is getting higher in the tree, and it looks like it's looking down at something right now.
That night, while eating, he hears what sounds like a voice calling help, or help me from the woods.
So legit, I'm sure I heard someone say help or help me. I'm pretty sure it's coming from those woods. I don't see any eye shine. No eye shine. It's all quiet. Just probably. Nope.
He explains how dangerous those woods are because they are dense, deep, and almost impossible to escape once inside. On another visit, Yeti comes out of the woods with 4 strange scratches on her side, spaced too widely to look like normal thorns.
Look on her side there. Look on her side. I wonder. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4 scratch marks. I wonder if that's what made her whelp in the woods earlier. But they're almost like they were more finger width wide. They weren't obviously DC. They weren't any crown of thorns. They were wide. I'll have to check those out in a minute. One of the unsettling things I noticed when we came here last time was just how quiet it was. The complete lack of wildlife noise. No bird song, no sound whatsoever. Just like now.
The whole area is silent, with no birds or insects at all. The strangest moment comes when he camps near the tree line and later hears a robotic, radio-like sound.
The fuck is that? The fuck is that? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
He immediately decides they need to leave. The video then turns darker with bones, skulls, strange markers, upside-down crosses.
There's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with that. That's normal. But then what I found abnormal was more bones and a skull. And another skull. And another skull. And another skull. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 skulls. They're the carcasses, huh? More skulls. Another skull. She's not letting her go out there. That's a prized possession right there. Look at this. Easy. It's okay. Be nice. Agu, come. Come here. Agu. So obviously these mountains are strange places. Someone's come out here and made this. They've made this and I don't know what to make of this. What's your guys' thoughts on this? I have no idea.
And a final spirit box session where something named Ralph claims to be the dark figure watching them.
What the fuck, huh? Ready? Okay, Ralph. Are you the dark figure that was watching us within the woods the last time we were here?
In the dark.
That was you. In the dark. You were the dark figure. Yes, I hear something.
Smithereens is an outdoor exploration channel focused on abandoned places, strange locations, and unsettling investigations in remote areas. In this video, the group explores a mysterious concrete structure hidden deep in a sacred canyon, where locals have shared disturbing stories about strange encounters and possible skinwalker activity. The video begins with the team discovering a massive circular concrete slab surrounded by stone monoliths and thick bamboo.
So we found this really weird concrete slab in the middle of nowhere, super bizarre. And there's these two like stone monoliths right here.
Carl explains that strange things seem to happen when people stay there too long, including bloody noses and sudden stomach pain. They also notice the site is exactly 66 feet across, making the entire location feel even more unnatural. As they continue exploring, they discuss how the abandoned tourist project may have disturbed something connected to the land. Using a Geiger counter, they investigate the monoliths before heading through narrow trails and tunnels surrounding the structure.
Alright, so we got the Geiger counter. We're gonna investigate these monoliths.
Didn't get anything on the EMF. Pretty low level. It's only going to like 15.
What about the middle?
It's climbing now. 19, that's pretty normal. 20. You're gonna go through the little tunnels?
Yeah.
There's like weird trails that go through all this stuff.
Alright guys, like that KSI song, I'm going into the thick of it.
The deeper they move into the area, the quieter everything becomes. At one point, the cameraman is left completely alone, while Carl disappears into the bamboo, making the empty slab feel far more unsettling. Later, the group climbs toward nearby rocks and notices something strange, watching them from above.
Got it. Go up higher. See the eyes? To the right? Right there. It's like, see there's the big boulders, and then up higher. They're looking at us.
The big boulder right in front of us?
No, go up twice as far.
Well, I can clearly see them on the night vision. Look at the eyes looking. I'm gonna zoom in on it. Something's on the rocks watching us right there, look. Huh. Oh, there it is, see? What is it? See that?
Carl repeatedly points out a pair of glowing eyes staring down from the hillside. Even through the night vision camera, the figure appears to remain perfectly still while observing them. The situation becomes increasingly disturbing when the glowing eyes continue following them as they walk toward ancient petroglyphs. The group recalls hearing a woman's whisper earlier in the same area, making the feeling of being stalked even stronger. At the petroglyph site, they examine large carvings depicting strange humanoid figures, symbols, and possible deities.
It's like a goat, a big bullseye with another goat above it. That triangle's
that triangle's weird. I feel like we're being like actively stalked.
Right? You have that weird feeling too.
Yeah.
We got like a figure here with his arms up with 3 fingers out, and then his friend up here like goes here, and then he's there, and then there's all these symbols.
That to me looks like a I don't know what, like some sort of deity.
Yeah, like a figure wearing a dress with their arms up, but their hands are like really big.
Yeah, and that's like a small figure, and like, is that another figure?
Throughout the investigation, both explorers repeatedly describe a primal feeling that something is actively following them through the canyon. After returning home, the creator admits the experience genuinely disturbed him and says whatever they saw still haunts him long after leaving the canyon. Thomas Moxley runs a paranormal camping channel focused on haunted forests, strange encounters, and overnight investigations. In this video, he heads into an isolated woodland after a friend reports stories involving shadow figures, disembodied voices, cryptids, and even UFO sightings connected to the area. After arriving at the location, Moxley explains the strange history surrounding the woods and hikes deeper inside, looking for a place to camp.
And he's just put me onto a location, so tonight I was actually heading out somewhere else.
when my phone went off, and it's a good friend of mine, Stu. So massive shout out to you, Stu. I know you said don't give your group name out, but he said to me, he said, right, Mox, he went, a place that we've been going to do photography.
As he explores the trails, he notices deer tracks everywhere and talks about earlier reports of glowing green figures spotted moving through the forest at night. Things begin getting uncomfortable once he starts setting up camp. While preparing the tent, he repeatedly hears noises nearby and catches movement through the trees.
Heard like a knock, knock, knock. Can't see anybody else being out here. But you just never know. Always expect the unexpected. That's what they say, innit?
Making him feel like somebody else is already watching him from deeper in the woods. As darkness falls, he cooks noodles outside the tent and suddenly hears what sounds like a groaning human voice somewhere off in the forest.
Sat trying to finish my noodles. And to me right, I could hear, I don't know, it was like a groaning noise, but it sounded like it was coming from a person. Like going, Okay. It's freaking odd, wasn't it?
The tension increases dramatically once Moxley retreats into the tent. He hears heavy footsteps circling outside, and the spirit talker responds with phrases like, "The bad man's here," and "I'm right next to you," making him believe there may genuinely be someone nearby.
Doing a bit of calling out. I just want to do a little bit whilst I'm sat in the tent because I'm hearing some weird stuff around me. It's not, I don't know, it's not animals. It's not there, and it sounds like somebody on 2 feet. Like, see what I mean? I'm gonna have to open this just so I can see outside. That sounds like something, doesn't it? Like do. Right, let's do a bit of spirit talker. Was that you outside the tent just now?
Gladys.
Gladys.
He eventually leaves the tent to investigate deeper into the woods. During the walk, the app delivers disturbing responses, including creature, "This is cursed land," and "our remains," while loud running noises echo through the trees around him.
Forgive my sins.
3, forgive my sins. Well, what did you...
1840.
1840. 1840s. Leg. There's something...
My name is Raymond.
Raymond? Is that what we just got in the tent as well? Raymond?
I'm always watching.
You always watching, are you?
Kelsey.
What are you always watching? Are you watching people who come out here doing the photography? Right, let's try the spirit talk one more time. So I'm coming further in now. I'm completely alone. What was that?
My home.
Like 2 lights. There's a light over there. My home. My home. We can use this. What can you use?
Creature.
Creature. Okay. That fits in with the reports, doesn't it? Is there a creature out here?
early morning, exhausted and unsettled, Moxley admits the forest gave him one of the worst feelings he has experienced on a solo camp, especially after hearing movement throughout the night that sounded far too heavy to be an animal. Pasha Brill is an outdoor exploration creator known for visiting remote and unsettling locations completely alone. In this video, he hikes deep into the Austrian mountains to spend the night at an abandoned World War I military cemetery that many believe is haunted. The video opens with the legend surrounding the site. Every soldier buried there reportedly died on the same day in 1916, and locals claim strange voices, footsteps, and ghostly figures appear between 1 and 3 a.m. in the surrounding forest. Pasha explains that he does not truly believe in ghosts, but he wants to honestly document the atmosphere of the cemetery and whatever might happen during the night. He begins a long journey through isolated mountain wilderness with no trails, no phone service, and the possibility of encountering wolves or bears. After nearly 6 hours of hiking, he finally discovers the hidden cemetery deep in the forest.
An Austrian military cemetery from World War I, the final resting place of soldiers who all died on the same day, September 30th, 1916. They were brutally executed in their sleep, right here where I'm standing now, and buried where they fell. No headstones, no crosses, just earth. People who've been here claim the ghosts of those soldiers still linger. Shadowy figures, whispers, and painful moans fill the air. They say the spirits aren't aggressive, but if you ever witness them reliving the moment of their death, it might scare you enough to pass out.
He explains that the soldiers were allegedly executed in their sleep on September 30th, 1916, then buried exactly where they died. According to stories surrounding the location, visitors have reported whispers, shadow figures, and painful moaning sounds coming from the woods. As darkness fully takes over, the atmosphere becomes increasingly tense. Completely alone in the pitch-black forest, every sound around him begins to feel threatening.
And right now, in this pitch-black forest, completely alone, surrounded by graves, every rustle feels like something moving, watching. I know it's probably just in my head, but that doesn't make it any less terrifying.
Pasha admits that even though he believes fear is probably psychological, the isolation and silence make the place genuinely disturbing. Later in the night, after briefly sleeping, he wakes up and begins filming around the campsite again. During editing, he claims he accidentally noticed something unusual hidden in the footage. Including a strange voice quietly saying "heat" multiple times. As soon as daylight arrives, Pasha immediately leaves the cemetery and hikes back out of the mountains alone.